I'll read a piece real fast.
Before you start, I'm going to measure.
Get your drink, go ahead, drink up. This is stuff. All right, this is called UFOs Give Me a Boner. But there's a story behind it. It sounds kind of juvenile, but I have a friend, and he's got two kids. They're about 7 and 4, and the 4-year-old drew a picture of Spider-Man, and he said to his brother, "How do you spell Spider-Man?" And the older brother said, "No problem. It's UFOSGIVEMEABONER." The brother wrote it down, read it back, and started crying his eyes out because his brother made him write "UFOs Give Me a Boner." And I thought actually that story's better than the poem, but I'll read it anyway. It's UFOs Give Me a Boner. Thanks for having me. I like the way she looks when she steps out of the shower. Her hair wet and no makeup yet. The hint of a one-day baby belly and the beads of water rolling southbound down her back. I like the way that Sunday always feels like Sunday. You can wake up on a deserted island with amnesia, Alzheimer's, and half your frontal lobe lying on the road, but still know that it was a Sunday. I like your mother. She cooked for me one time. I like crime. I respect the rebellious and the utterly ridiculous who have no desire to actually work. I like having a job, the regimentation, and crystalline precision, setting a man into motion. I like the morbidly obese. They make me feel healthy. I like being back in Boston for Christmas and shoveling snow first thing in the morning, and there is nobody else around, and not a sound, no cars driving down the street, and no voices neither. My own heartbeat almost stilled by the snow. Sometimes I like to be alone, a lone wolf, a loner, and it can't be denied. UFOs give me a boner. I like animals. They're delicious. I like Thursday. Most people would vote for Friday or Saturday, but the weekend can be a letdown, expecting too much of the few days that we have to be free. But Thursday is full of the unknown, the anticipation of what might happen. One more day to go, and who knows what we will ingest, or in whose chest we will awake, wondering weary-eyed, where am I? I like Lake Titicaca. I've never been there, and I'm not exactly sure where it is. But in my junior high school geography class, its existence brought great joy to my life. I like your father. He got me drunk when you and your sisters were in the kitchen, cooking and cleaning, and wondering when I was going to propose. I like clothes. They keep the aesthetically unsightly from illegally walking the streets naked. But I don't like buying clothes. I'd rather borrow or steal or inherit them from long-lost uncles. I like the night before Christmas. Very promising. So much more enjoyable than the day after Christmas. Less promising. I like black people. They invented the greatest music the world has ever known. I like white people. They invented Pop-Tarts, Crazy Glue, Silly Putty, and lots of other useful shit. Of course I like your wife. Remind me to phone her so I can tell her again. UFOs give me a boner. I like Jesus. He was the man. Too bad about that Christianity shit. I don't really care for tits. If they're there, fine. But one day they're gone because gravity ruins everything. I like my friends. Most of them have tits. I like your cousin. He worked at a donut shop and taught me the meaning of a baker's dozen. I like the Japanese. They leave me alone for the most part and never talk to me. I like the Chinese, though I would hate to agree with my more jingoistic Nihonjin brothers and sisters when I say, damn, those Chinese are noisy. I like the Koreans, the North, not the South. Very entertaining. I like nicknames. Growing up in Boston, everybody had nicknames, lending us a heightened sense of fraternity. And some of them were quite inventive. We had Spider. He was named Spider because in kindergarten, when the teacher asked him what he wanted to become when he grew up, he answered, I want to be a spider. He regretted that the rest of his life. Sorry for disturbing. Then he was Krusty. He was named Krusty because he had eczema. Then there was Egg Roll. He was named Egg Roll because he was half Chinese. Then there was Orca, Spoxy, Logman, Stupid, Birdman, Mick Jagger, Gibby G-String, Assface, Fuckface, Sully, 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 and Sully. I like the fact that I am not in the military. I am no good at taking orders. If I spontaneously combusted and somebody yelled, "Frank, quick, jump into the ocean," I probably wouldn't do it, as I had not thought of that myself. I like to be free, to be me, and run naked down the streets, climb every tree, and sing to the squirrels about wide open spaces, and the places we could go, and roam, and be alone, leave home, never return, but run wild, and be free, doing what we like, whenever we like. Your mother's a crackhead, your sister's a stoner, but I'm not perfect either, because UFOs give me a boner. I like Asian Americans. I live in Asia, and I am American. And whenever I go back to America and see some Asian guy, I think to myself, "What's up, dude? I know where you're coming from. I'm hip, I'm down, I'm groovy. 16 Candles? That was a racist movie." I like Jewish people. They've been through a lot of tough times, but still historically make the best comedians. I like Australians. I find it easy to connect with them and think they get my sense of humor. But I don't like the Australian flag. Why is the Union Jack superimposed onto the Australian flag? That's like being raped and then putting a Polaroid of the rapist on your refrigerator so you can look at their smiling face every day. I like the English. In the 1960s, they inadvertently reminded white Americans that they should take more interest in coming from a land that was responsible for birthing the greatest music the world has ever known. I like Canadians. Why? I have no idea. But I'm crazy about them. I like the fact that we are all going to die someday. Sometimes I like to go to the hospital, make my way to the maternity ward, press my face against the big window, look at all the newborn babies, and then I whisper softly, "You are all gonna die." Because it's true. Death is the great equalizer. Me, you, some dude living in the desert, Bill Gates, we're all gonna meet the same fate. A friend of mine used to say that cocaine was the great equalizer. But he was a cocaine dealer. So his views on cocaine's ability to equalize people was undoubtedly influenced by his occupation. Benjamin Franklin once said that there are only two certainties in life: death and taxes. But I'm not sure if I agree with that. Last week I was walking down the street. I saw a homeless man sleeping on the sidewalk. As I looked at this poor soul wasting away in his own piss and shit, I wasn't thinking to myself, "Taxpayer!" But I was definitely thinking death. Probably sometime between December and February. I like not being homeless, snug as a bug as night creeps across the city. I like paying rent, hell-bent on not sleeping in the street. I like the beat of her heart and the way she smiles in her sleep. I like her teeth. They are useful for chewing food and sometimes biting the back of my neck. I like her chest. I like her best. I like the way she steps out of the shower and asks me for a towel. I like a soft voice. I like a moaner, a groaner. Girl, you know it's true. UFOs give me a boner. Thank you.
And that's why we are friends.